everybody, I'm Alex Molina. I'm new to YouTube. If you wanna subscribe to my channel, you can follow me on my videos. It doesn't matter to me. If you want to, I'm gonna be very grateful. On topic of this video is gonna be about my thoughts about the Nintendo Switch. And yes, I'm a big Nintendo fan. I like their games, I like their franchises since I was a kid. I used to grow up playing Super Nintendo, N64, the NES, GameCube. Till this day, I like to play them. The NES, my brother and sister had this. I didn't grow up in the 80s, I'm from the 90s. So yes, they had this before I was born. And the NES is still a great system till this day. Super Nintendo, the first video game console I've ever experienced. It is still my favorite gaming console of all time, and it is considered the best Nintendo console of all time. No exceptions whatsoever. The N64, this is my second favorite Nintendo console of all time. Yes, it used cartridges, some games haven't aged that well, but it's still a good system, and it has some memorable games that are still fun to play till this day. The Nintendo GameCube, it used the mini discs. It is still a decent console. It has some fun games to play till this day, like Melee, Wind Waker, Metroid Prime, my favorite Nintendo GameCube of all time. And it had some great games, and this is my favorite Nintendo controller of all time. The Wii, this is where Nintendo stopped caring about the power. I mean, there's nothing wrong bringing the originality, but people just don't like to use motion controls, and they just prefer to use regular controllers like this one right here. We prefer this over this. And yes, I even have the Wii U. It is my least favorite Nintendo console of all time. I mean, like, it has some good games, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have more support when it came out. I mean, it has zero third-party support, and it didn't have too much games to play on this. I mean, like, what is the point of bringing the tablet if they are not gonna utilize this at all? I mean, like, I do not understand at all. About the Nintendo Switch, I like the concept, but they haven't learned anything from their past mistakes, and nothing they have learned about the Wii U, it seems, after that presentation that happened weeks ago. I mean, like, there are only like a few games worth getting, but after seeing that presentation, like, I'm not gonna get it at launch at all. The Wii was the last Nintendo console I got it at launch, because the Wii U didn't have worthwhile games to play when it came out. And same is gonna be with the Switch. And Zelda Breath of the Wild, one of my most anticipated games for this year. About the Nintendo Switch, I like the concept, but it seems like Nintendo haven't learned anything from their past mistakes and nothing about the Wii U. After that presentation, I mean, it is gonna have a few worthwhile games to play, but is it gonna be anything at launch? No at all, except for Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is one of my most anticipated games for this year. But I'm not gonna buy a console just for one game. I even have the Wii U right here, so I can play it on there. So what is the point to play on the new console if there are no other games to play? About the Nintendo Switch, I like the concept, but Nintendo seems like hasn't learned anything from the Wii U and from their past mistakes. I mean, it is gonna have few games worthwhile, but after seeing that presentation, like, it is not worth it at all. Seeing at launch, like, having 5 games, only one of them which is gonna be worth getting is Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is one of my most anticipated games for this year. I have the a Wii U to play on it. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to play it on the new console if there are no other games to play. I mean, what is the point? Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because I love the first Xenoblade on the Wii. One of my favorite games of all time. And I have Xenoblade Chronicles 6 for the Wii U as well. A new No More Heroes game, but still in development. Super Mario Odyssey. It looks phenomenal as well. I love 3D Marios. 3D World was good, but it wasn't ambitious and revolutionary like Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy were. But this game right here, it looks phenomenal as well. As great as it is, but I'm not gonna buy a console just for one game. Well, those are the titles I'm looking for, but just for 3 games, I'm just not satisfied at all. I'm not convinced to get the Switch as well. I mean, like, I want Nintendo to succeed. It's so sad to see how they are right now because of their current fan base, still in denial and still loyal to them, and the company's still making bad business decisions. I mean, like, they need to change their strategies. I mean, like, they need to expand their brand. I mean, they have lost their fans during decades, and let's hope that's not the case as well. ARMS want to switch. Really? Snippet clips. Splatoon 2. Maybe because I like the first Splatoon, but I have to wait and see. Yeah, the Switch seems very underpowered because that tells you something. Because they haven't talked about the specs, which is kind of weird to be honest. I mean, like, it is not gonna be region locked, which is good. It is gonna run in Unreal Engine 4, which is good. And it seems like a very powerful handheld, but as a home console, it doesn't seem very strong like the PS4 and Xbox One and PC. I do not own a PC, but I own a PS4 and Xbox One, as you can see right here. Very good console. And the bad stuff are that you have to pay to play online, which is sad because first Microsoft does it, second Sony, and now Nintendo. The only platform which is gonna be for free online is the PC. They're exaggerating the prices for the accessories. I mean, like, the Pro Controller for $70, Nintendo? Are you kidding me? They're exaggerating the prices for their peripherals, like the Pro Controller, which is gonna be $70. I mean, like, are you kidding me, Nintendo? As a major third-party support goes, I don't see anything. Besides Dragon Quest, the new Sonic game, Yooka-Laylee, the Shin Megami Tensei game, which is still in development, a new No More Heroes game, which is still in development, some indie games. That's it. Because I don't see Resident Evil 7, I don't see Titanfall 2, I don't see Battlefield 1, I don't see Overwatch, I don't see Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and I don't see Kingdom Hearts 3 confirmed for the Switch. Maybe Call of Duty is gonna come to the Switch as well, but that's about it. And as for the hardcore audience, Nintendo, you gave them no reason why to get the Switch after that presentation. You need to get their act together. Get with the times already. It's 2017 and it's missing some features as well, like the Ethernet port, the app that you need to download for voice chat, which is very stupid, Nintendo. You don't have to try to guess if they're gonna like this or not, your fans and some other consumers as well. See the demand of your fans. Your fans are the ones who are keeping you alive and in business. You need to see the demand of your fans. You don't have to guess. You don't have to do whatever you want to. Because because that is hurting you as well. That is hurting your image. You need to get your act together. This time around, see that demand of your fans. Yes, you can still bring Mario and Zelda and Pokemon and Smash Brothers, but at the same time, bring your older IPs you haven't utilized for decades, like a new Metroid, an F-Zero, Wave Race, Golden Sun, all that stuff, and make new IPs, because ARMS doesn't look very interesting to me, to be honest. So yeah, those are my thoughts about the Nintendo Switch. I hope it succeeds. We don't know how it's gonna perform till it launches. I mean, maybe they're gonna step up their game together, who knows. Knowing Nintendo, they're still stubborn, and they don't know what their fans want. It seems like they don't know what they were doing as well. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and till next time. Just like that. Games that caught my attention are